This is lesson 7.7 in the Go Math book. Add and subtract mixed numbers. Hopefully you remember that mixed numbers are numbers that mix whole numbers with fractions. So what do we do if we have something like this? 3 and 1/5 plus 4 and 2/5. Remember, we always can add if we have the same denominator, so not a problem. The easiest thing that we should do is to move the fraction and write it right under it. That's much easier. Whole number on top of whole number, fraction on top of fraction. Then we just put our line and then we start adding. I like to start adding with the fraction first. So let me start the fraction. We have same denominator, so we're going to keep the same denominator. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I add my whole numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7. Does it sound easy? It does, right? Now, there are some cases like this that you don't have to do anything else, but sometimes you're going to have to rename the fractions. Why? Let's look at this example. Again, if you have something like this, just rewrite it. Put one on top of the other one. 4 and 3/5. Now let me start adding my fractions first. Denominator is 5, so my denominator in the answer is going to be 5. Now I add the numerators. 4 plus 3 is 7. Now let's add my whole numbers. 3 plus 4 is, 7 too. Now, does your answer look funny? It does to me. Why? Look at the fraction part. We have a fraction greater than 1, and a mixed number, that's not good spelling in math. So, what do? We rename it. So, how do we rename 7/5 as a mixed number? Hopefully you remember you have to divide. 7 goes inside the house, 5 goes outside. 5 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. So 7/5 is 1 and 2/5. But don't forget, we already have 7 wholes. So we have to add the 7/5, right? Where we're renaming as 1 and 2/5. So let's rewrite it. 7 plus 1 and 2/5. You hopefully know that you add the whole number. 7 plus 1 is 8. And your fraction will stay the same. It's not that complicated. Just make sure the good spelling in math is having a fraction where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Let's do another exercise about 2 and 4/6 plus 1 and 2/6. So we do the fraction part. 4 plus 2 is 6. My denominator is 6, so I keep it here. 2 plus 1 is 3. Now what happens? My numerator is not bigger than the denominator, but is the same. And what does it tell you when you have the same number top and bottom? That you have one whole. So what do? We have one whole here plus 3 whole here's. That would be 3 plus 1, which is 4. So my answer in this case will be just a whole number, 4. Do we understand? Not difficult, right? But subtraction is kind of the same. We're not going to get into the complicated subtraction in this lesson, don't worry. Don't forget, it's easier if you put the fractions one on top of the other one. Cross a line, and then just do it. Fractions. Same denominator, I leave the same denominator, 5. Then subtract the numerators. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then subtract the whole numbers. 3 minus 1 is 2. So my answer will be 2 and 1/5. See, it's not that complicated. Let's do one more exercise. One on top of the other one, so it's easier. Same denominator, 10. Subtract numerators. 8 minus 4 is 4. And then subtract whole numbers. 4 minus 2 is 2. Does it sound easy? It is easy. Don't worry. It will get a little bit harder next lesson. But for now, let's just go to the homework. I want you to do these two exercises for me. You're adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Don't forget, if your answer is a fraction greater than 1, you need to rename it. Okay? I'll see you in the next lesson. Ciao. Adios.